John Blake presents Why Father? Written by Toni Maguire, with Gerry and read by Katy Sobey. Content warning. This audiobook is for mature audiences and contains material that some listeners may find harmful or distressing. A Mother's Warning by Amanda Lawrence. Siren wailing, blue lights flashing. A hand grips mine, tightly holding, gently warming. Don't let go. Hospital theatre, drifting, dreaming, cradle of arms, soft singing in my ear. Whispers of warning, don't blame your perpetrators. Blame will rebound, daughter of sin, teller of falsehoods, crawl into your world of shame. You are the one to blame. Don't go to that place where guilt and fear abound, where your world will turn around. Soft singing, warm caress, I awake and find you gone, never to return. An empty space, a lonely hand, a lost embrace. Prologue. Knowing that her small sons were being looked after by a neighbour, the woman moved as quietly as she could from the front door to the closed one leading into the parlour. Her body shook as she heard the sounds coming from inside. She had suspected for some time what happened when she was out working. It was not long after the visitor arrived in the village, the one who had brought evil into their home. She leant against the wall, feeling much of her strength leaving her body. It was not just the horror of what was going on behind that door that shook her so badly, but also the guilt refusing to still its accusing voice. A voice that was asking her why she had done nothing to put a stop to what was happening in her own home. A voice now shrieking at her insistently that the time had come to take action. You know, don't you? The voice of her conscience told her angrily enough to make her gasp for breath as it repeated again that terrible sins were taking place under her roof. You can't deny it any longer. Unplug your ears and listen to what is taking place here. A command that, reluctantly, she obeyed. Her denial of the sins being committed behind that door had come to an end. She knew when she heard the grunts and gasps of not just one man, but two, that she had to act. Their sounds, and those of a child's whimpers, told her just one thing: that the evil was now being shared between two men. Evil that they were forcing onto her young daughter. But she was too frightened to open the door and scream at those inside the small room that she wanted them to stop whatever they were doing. She would be cursed by the man whose black robes gave him power over the people in the village. For didn't he preach the words of God to his congregation even that Sunday? Didn't he baptize their children? And didn't he stand beside the grave where a loved one was being buried, asking God for his blessing? No, she told herself, there was not one person who would believe her. They would just point their finger at her and say she was mad, or even worse, that it was her, not them, who was committing an unforgivable sin. That heinous one, uttering blasphemous words about a man of God. There was only one way out. But first, she must make sure her children would leave this place forever. She had already decided she would not be going with them, but before she left, she must make sure that all four would be looked after and protected with kindness for the rest of their childhoods. She could only pray that her plan would work. The solution she had come to had to take place that very night. But first, when her daughter was released from the room, she would calm her, wash her body gently, and make her clean again. And then, knowing she had made her family safe, she would leave this place forever. Chapter 1.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?